back to my channel. Today is Friday. Happy freaking Friday. Way to make it through the week, guys. So today we're going to be talking yet again about my Friday faves, fails, and finds. But today it's going to be kind of a few things more elaborated upon rather than a lot of little kind of odds and ends. And so I'm going to talk today about just a few things. If you guys enjoy these kinds of videos, just go ahead and hit the like button at some point in the video. I really appreciate that. It helps people find me. So guys, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to share with you guys today that I'm just absolutely in love with, and a lot of you guys have requested this, and I'm sorry to the people out there who on the survey that I put in your feed where I said, would you guys want me to do a haul on this? Like, a lot of people were like, I don't really want to see that. I'm sorry, there are also a lot of people who really do, and it's something that I really love and I'm really passionate about, and so we're gonna talk about some crystals, y'all. So I have a whole box of my current kind of haul of crystals here, and we'll go ahead and go through them without getting too painstaking, but I wanted to do kind of like a mini intro to getting into crystals here. So yesterday I bought this guy. This is a citrine, and citrine is a stone. It's one of only two stones, I believe, that do not have to be cleansed. So if you are unfamiliar with kind of the way crystals are associated with sort of personal journeys and things like that, they're essentially like one of the most high vibration items on earth, and so essentially like our cells naturally, like in a proven way, try to mimic the highest vibration item that they are close to. And so that's why if you surround yourself with people who have just a lot of really petty kind of low vibe habits, you tend to assimilate to that. You kind of like drop down to their level. And so the same logic kind of applies when you're talking about kind of, minerals that come from the earth. These things are just incredibly dense and beautiful, and they've got this really phenomenal kind of all kinds of math built into them, you know what I mean? There's a lot of intelligence here, and they're very high vibration, and so they're going to be just a really nice thing. If you feel nothing around them, at least they're very beautiful, and they are a very good mental aid to remind you to concentrate on certain things in meditation or just throughout the course of your day. If you catch a glimpse of them or something like that, or if you carry them around with you. So that's kind of the logic of why people are even into crystals. That's why I'm into crystals. I just think that they're cool. I think that they really help as like a mental sort of reminder, to concentrate on certain things that kind of help with my personal growth instead of, again, getting pulled down by other kind of low vibe thoughts and things like that. So why do I love citrine? Citrine is the manifestation stone. And so essentially this is going to be associated with your solar plexus chakra, which is just it's where your womb is. You know what I mean? Like that's where you are making new things. It is a manifestation stone. It also doesn't hold negative energy, cleanses your aura. It's just real good for you. And I just have always been drawn to this color my entire life. I just think that this is like, my mom always gripes because anytime I want her to knit me something, I always pick something in this kind of orangey gold family, and she's just like, really, Khaki? Again with that? You're gonna make me knit something for 2 weeks that's all one color and it's all just that same kind of marigold color that you like? And I'm like, yes, because I will wear it. So yeah, this is just something that I just identify a lot with citrine, and you'll see that in the rest of my collection here. So another stone that I really love, and you'll see these sometimes done like this. So it's this is the natural part of the stone, and then someone's just mounted it so that it can live next to you. Like I put this next to my bed. This is an amethyst. Amethyst is associated more with kind of your third eye chakra. There are a lot of different meanings for different stones, just kind of what you identify with of those meanings, but I highly encourage you guys to, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, this book is fantastic. This is The Crystal Bible, A Definitive Guide to Crystals by Judy Hall, and it's got pretty much everything that you would ever want to know kind of at a glance in here, sort of just in alphabetical order. Has the actual colored pictures of all the stones. Don't buy this on Kindle, it doesn't have pictures. Get the real one. So it's also just a nice thing to have, you know what I mean? It's just a nice little reference tool. So back to amethyst. Amethyst is also my grandmother's birthstone, and she had a lot of it in her house, and so I'm just naturally drawn to it because we were so close, and so I really loved this particular geode of it. And it's also the sobriety stone. It is just very good for kind of cleansing your energy. That's why I keep it next to my bed, and I also have some plugs that are amethyst. I have had to really dial back on pretty much anything fun as far as eating or drinking or anything like that, and so I just think that a sobriety stone is just a good reminder of kind of the mental purification that comes along with that, so it doesn't just feel like a drag all the time. I don't like to leave this in a sunny place. Yes, you cleanse these, and you're supposed to cleanse them because they are kind of drawing off energy from you, and so in a lot of cases they will kind of get overloaded and crack. And so you do cleanse them, but you don't want to leave amethyst in the sun a lot. It will fade. All right, I picked this one up yesterday, you guys. This is so cool. I went to a shop here in Austin called, I believe it's called Nature's Treasures. And I went there with my friend Cami because we're just into rocks. And I picked this guy up like off of a shelf. I was like, whoa, what is that? And I think that that's actually the best way, aside from chakra stones. I think it's really important if you want to first get started with crystals, start with chakra stones, because basically learning the chakras and then learning like a mental aid for each color that goes with, you know, sort of the meanings of the chakras, like helps you really kind of like figure out where you're at. It's kind of a self-diagnostic. They align perfectly with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like, it is a psychological thing. It's just another way of mapping it. And I also have a video as part of my 12 Days of Mindfulness series that I did back in December that is all about the chakras. So I will link that below so that we don't have to just kind of like belabor that again. But once you're kind of past familiarizing yourself with just the chakra stones, then I highly suggest kind of like going to a place where there are a lot of kind of crystals and things like that. There's probably a place in your area. You go in there and you just let your mind be clear and you see what appeals to you, because what appeals to you is probably going to be something that you need anyway. There's no stone that's going to be like, this one is about abuse. This one is about bringing terrible things upon yourself. Like, they're all really, really high vibration, and so like there's no negative reason to have a crystal, but there are just more appealing reasons to have them for certain times in your life. And so I was drawn to this guy. This is unbelievable. This thing is so awesome, and it's this really cool shape that I can hold right in the palm of my hand. It's just really, really solid. It's about the weight of like an iPhone. Like, it's got this really great weight to it, and it just feels very present when I'm holding it, you know what I mean? Because you are kind of used to holding your phone. This is a dendritic agate, apparently. I learned that yesterday. Dendritic agate is called that because the formations in the stone look like dendrites. Like, they look like plants or ferns or whatever, but it's not like a petrified fossil or something like that. It is just kind of like a manifestation of, you know, the stone or whatever. But agates have there's a ton of agates out there. It's just kind of like a grouped term of different like derivations of quartz that look certain ways or like, you know, have certain patterns in them. But when I took this home, I did not know what it meant. I hadn't Googled it or anything. And then I looked it up, and it is apparently the abundance stone, the plenitude stone, essentially. So this is to kind of bring lots of abundance in your life, and it's also really good for people who are going through a rebirth or a transformation or a large shift in their life. And right now, actually, the day that I'm filming this is the 13th. On Tuesday, after 7 months of Uranus being in Aries, meaning I've just been like pounded on for the last 7 years in terms of just being like center of attention in not always good ways, Uranus is moving into Taurus, and it's going to stay there for 6 months. It's going to move back into Aries for a few months, and then it's going to go into Taurus for another 7 years. So we're all going to feel a big energy shift this week. Like, it's going to be so crazy. So you're seeing this on a Friday, so it happened last Tuesday. So look at your life. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, am I kind of experiencing some kind of like big shift? Do I feel like, you know, kind of a veil lifting or something like that? That's what this cosmic transit is right now. Like, it is just a rebirth for everybody, and I'm really feeling it. It's such a relief to me. We went through a Scorpio full moon, which was like, and coming into Taurus, like, I don't know, I had a freaking rough first week of Taurus. It was really rough for me. So I'm just really starting to feel that veil lift. A lot of positive things are happening for me right now. Not surprised at all that I was drawn to this stone, plus it's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at all those like bands, it's so pretty. So anyway, yeah, that's this guy. And as you guys know, I actually wear a Labradorite ring pretty much all the time, but I'm not wearing it right now. I left it downstairs while I was cleaning, but this is also Labradorite. This is just kind of a, you know, different colorway of it. The other one that I have is a little more gray. And Labradorite is really good for kind of like, it raises consciousness and connects with universal energies, deflects unwanted energies from the aura, and prevents energy leakage. This is a very woo-woo book. It forms a barrier to negative energies shed during therapy. It can take you into another world or into other lives. A stone of esoteric knowledge. It facilitates initiation into the mysteries. But it essentially is a healing and calming stone. It's just a really nice thing to kind of wear on you because it doesn't have a lot of really like intense energy. It's just kind of a low-key calm energy that can really only do good. Like I said, you're not going to find a stone that's like, and this is going to bring abuse into your life, but there are stones that are sort of higher energy than others and not necessarily something that you want to have on you all the time. And so this is just a really good kind of like lightweight rock that's going to help you just like calm your whole situation. This is, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, this is another one of my fluorite wands, and actually this might be the same one that I shared with you guys before, but the fluorite wand that I have at work is starting to really deteriorate. This guy is still in his beautiful, pure glory, and this is mainly used for kind of cleansing away the electronic energy from like using your phone all the time or being at work all the time on a computer or whatever. It just kind of helps you clear your head. I find that it's a really good mental aid for that. Carry it while you're in the car, things like that, and just like let yourself decompress, and it helps you just kind of get back to the real world after you just like been sucked into social media. It's awesome. Okay, so talking about stones that don't always have like a complete positive energy, they are just really high energy. I love malachite. I know that that's crazy because it's like, okay, well, you know, don't you only want positive energy on yourself? It's like, sometimes you can trust yourself to use a stone or a crystal the right way. So this is malachite. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it is a stone that literally like just heightens energy and heightens manifestation around you all the time. And so I like to put this under my pillow when I sleep. I would not necessarily suggest driving with this in your hand. You will be absolutely like fraught with chaos. So this is a very kind of like chaotic stone, but I think that it really like, I don't know, it matches my personality really well, because it's just like, I would rather lots of things happen and lots of things change than just things be good and stay the same. Like, I'd rather have volatility, because at least volatility means I have something to work with. I don't want to just like sit idly and like waste my time. And so malachite's really great for that. It just brings about a lot of energy. It kind of like helps the energy focus on you and what you want to do, and it just kind of like empowers a lot of your feelings. Just like, I don't know, I feel like malachite's one of those things where you could have a bad trip, you know? Like, don't have malachite if you're like in a horrible mood or something like that. Like, that's, maybe go back to your Labradorite if you're in a horrible mood. All right, and I did buy some other kind of like larger chakra stones, but I just wanted to share this one. This is a beautiful green moonstone. I was drawn to this because I just thought it was really beautiful. And that's, again, a lot of the reason that you should buy crystals is just because you're like really drawn to them, and then you can go and figure out what they mean, because it's usually something that you needed anyway. So this beautiful, absolutely beautiful moonstone is all about feminine energy. It's all about just kind of like embracing your womanhood and all that that means. And so it's just this really, really beautiful kind of like deep, wide, cloudy, clear, just like very symbolic female energy. And I would wear this as jewelry. I just think it's so absolutely beautiful. So yeah, and I love this very nice kind of like tumbled pebble shape that it came in. So yeah, that is my rock haul, and these actually aren't that expensive. Like, you can go spend a fortune on crystals, but I got like a ton of stuff yesterday, and I think it was like 35 bucks. It wasn't a big deal. So yeah, if you guys want to kind of talk about this stuff again at any time, let me know. Ask me questions down below. We can talk all about crystals. I've got another little citrine here. I thought that he was cute. But I hope that that kind of like helps satisfy all those people out there who are like, Kaki, can you give us like an intro to crystals? Like, this has been your intro to crystals, and now we're going to move on to something else that's a little bit interesting. So we had a very Austin day yesterday. Me and my friend Cami, we went and bought crystals. The other thing that we did was go and buy some CBD oil. You guys, brace yourselves here, okay? CBD oil is the non-psychoactive component of marijuana. If you're one of those people who has a really chattery brain, it will kind of like make you feel like you can kind of breathe a little bit, but the main thing that I notice is the anti-inflammatory properties. I feel like 30 minutes afterwards, I feel my sinuses open up, like from allergies and everything like that. Like, everything's been inflamed. I feel it all kind of open up. I wake up, my skin looks better, I sleep a little bit better, and my psoriasis is clearing. So I stopped taking my psoriasis medication because I had a yeast infection that would not go away. And I'm so sick of putting a drug in my body in order to cure something that a drug in my body caused. And so I ordered, this is all kind of spoilers because I'm going to be doing a video on this at some point, but I ordered a fucking $250 therapy light, a narrow band UVB therapy light, and I'm now, you know, taking CBD oil in order to cure my psoriasis without, or treat my psoriasis without drugs, because I'm just done, you guys. I'm done taking pills all the time. I'm done. I hate it. I've done this before, and I had to get back on it, and you saw me freaking cry on camera about it because I just don't want to be taking all these drugs. So I'm done, and I'm finally in a financial situation where I felt comfortable shelling out $250 for my future, for the future of my skin, and it just, I don't know, it's I really hope that it works. It'll be a weight off of me entirely. But the bottom line here is that this is actually like a really beautiful product if you are the kind of person who just is a little bit overwhelmed. And overwhelmed not because you have a lot going on in your life, because I do believe that there is like time for everything. I'm a very productive person, and I know a lot of very productive people. I really do like to fill my time with productivity. And then there are people who, no matter how many things you take off of your plate, like stress-wise, your brain is still going to find something to fixate on. And I've been that person, and it's taken a lot to kind of work my way out of that, but that is a systemic issue, right? That is not what's happening to you in your life. That is your brain choosing to fixate on something because that's the chatter that it wants to do. Like, it just wants to churn. It doesn't really care what it gloms onto. It just wants to drive you crazy. I highly recommend reading The Untethered Soul for that reason. It'll really help you kind of identify that. But anyway, this also is just a really nice kind of like shh in your brain, just the tiniest bit, and it really does, it kind of relaxes your muscles. I remember the first time I had it, it took about 30 minutes, and then I went to crack my neck, and it was like 18 cracks, and I was like, whoa. Oh, my joints are chilled out. That's crazy. Like, it was awesome. Like, somebody in the office was like, holy crap. I was like, yeah, dude, I haven't gotten that satisfying of like a pop out of my neck in a really long time, and it just felt like everything loosened. I've heard of you can use it topically, and so like people will put it on like an arthritic joint, and it actually helps relieve it even topically. And so these are proven benefits. This is why people smoke pot, is because they also enjoy the high, but then they get this benefit from it. Like, this is the selling point that everybody's like, oh, medicinal marijuana. Like, this is the selling point, is because it does have therapeutic benefits. And all that they've done at this place, Rawsome, where I bought this, R-A-W-S-O-M-E, like awesome, but Rawsome, is they have just completely eliminated all the THC. And so this is just a really delightful like supplement that can hopefully like eliminate the need for most other things in my life, especially having to do with my skin. So very, very excited about it. This little guy was $44, but they do a smaller one that's like 23, you know, like a starting dose or whatever. And this will last me, I think, a month. And then they do have kind of like higher strength ones if you want, you know, more like for your anxiety or whatever. So it's just a dosage thing of what your body like is used to, how much you weigh, things like that. So those are my my purchases from yesterday, my very woo-woo, very Austin purchases from yesterday. So as you guys may have seen before, whenever I need to like read a website or something like that, I always pull out my big kind of like gold aviator glasses. I call them the Khaki Ruins Christmas Photos glasses because they are kind of like a dick move. I totally understood that when I bought them. Like, I bought them because I saw Kendall Jenner wearing a pair and I was just like, those look like FU glasses. Like, I love that she chose to wear that. They're like blatantly kind of ugly on purpose. And I just thought that they were really cute and cool. And I do really like them, and I do still wear them, but I kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit just because they don't really go with everything. Like, I don't always want to look like a member of Run DMC. You know what I mean? It just wasn't working. So I actually met this girl who works the counter at a place called Cosmic, which is where we go all the time. It's just this really beautiful kind of like coffee shop, cocktail bar. They've got food trucks. It's very Austin. And she works behind the counter, and she's cute as she can be. And I was like, where did you get your glasses? And she's like, I buy direct. And I was like, stop. And she's like, yeah. Hers weren't prescriptions. She's like, they were like $10. She was just wearing them because they were cute. But, you know, once you get a prescription in them, I think they're like $55 or $65 or something like that. It was just not that crazy, and they also did like a discount or something. I think when I featured them on my Instagram yesterday, everybody thought that they probably thought it was like a paid promotion or something. No, I just went on there and bought them. And I asked you guys on my Instagram which ones you liked better, and you guys really surprised me because you picked, like, overwhelmingly the ones that were my second favorite. Like, I like the other ones better, but spoiler alert, I'm just gonna keep both of them. But anyway, I will show you the ones that you guys loved. I, like, cannot believe that I bought these on the internet, not sight unseen, but sight unseen on my own face. You know what I mean? It's like, you wouldn't think that you could, what are you doing here? Come on. You know, like, you wouldn't think that you could, like, buy glasses on the internet. Or maybe you guys do. Maybe I'm, like, the one who's really behind. I honestly wouldn't be surprised about that at all. But I just saw them, and I kind of did their try on online. It doesn't really work. They're like little camera thing. Sorry, I'm fussing with my hair because now it's all flat from the flower crown. But yeah, I saw that these were, like, quote unquote a small, and I was like, they don't look small, and they're not. And so I don't know what they kind of meant by their sizing in that case, but I think that they are very cute. They're kind of a black and white or black and gray tortoiseshell, and they are adorbs. Just patently adorbs. And so I'm really excited to kind of have like a pair of I don't know, they look like art gallery director glasses, you know what I mean? They're like really good for when I'm just wearing all black and want to be taken very seriously. I'll link all of them below, but these are actually my favorite. I don't know, can you say favorite if it's two? It is the one that I like more. This, I was really looking for a round frame, but I knew that a round frame wouldn't work on my face. I have tried them a gazillion times at, like, we have the Warby Parker showroom here and stuff like that. I just know that a perfectly round frame on a pair of eyeglasses, it just doesn't work for me. My face is kind of too long for it, and I have a big face, and so everything kind of starts to look very Poindextery on me. These have just enough squareness to them, but they're gold and they're pretty and they have a nice little like shine in the light and stuff. Like, I just think that they're perfect. And I really, really like them. I'm gonna put my crown back on. My hair looks stupid. I don't think that the two go together necessarily, but I do wear glasses every day. And so when you guys are seeing me, I'm just kind of like doing my best because I need glasses in order to like work and stuff like that. So that's actually the reality of what I look like, is me with glasses on. You guys probably, yeah, don't really know that. I almost never wear them in videos. So the other thing that I thought was awesome was that I think you only pay like $5 extra or something, and you can pick a case, and I picked a case for each of these, and they're both gorgeous. Like, I picked this for the black and white and this for the gold, and I just think that they are so freaking pretty. I'm just like shocked that iBuyDirect is like, they've upped their game so much. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a weird wholesale-y site. It doesn't feel like you're going to like Costco.com, if such a thing existed. It definitely feels like a real just like glasses buying experience, and it's about half the price of Warby Parker. So all tea, all shade, I will be buying my glasses through there because I'm kind of a shapeshifter, you know what I mean? Like, I like to change my mind. I like to reinvent myself. Those are things that I like to play with, and it's nice to find something that is just not gonna break the bank when I decide to do that. So yeah, let me know here which ones you guys like better, now that you know that I'm keeping both of them and that I also prefer one pair over another. But regardless, let me know. And if you aren't following me on Instagram, that is Hey Khaki. I might change it, I haven't talked about this, but I might change it to Khaki Reviews Beauty just because I changed my YouTube channel name. And I did that because I found that, like, that's what we do here now. You know what I mean? We review beauty here, and that's what people should know when they see it. Because it used to be very much just kind of a lifestyle thing where I was just kind of like, hey, you know, I don't really know what my channel is. It's like, we pretty much decided what my channel is at this point, what, 4 years later. So just doing the best I can. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you did. Hit the little bell if you want a notification. My fiance is installing a shiplap wall. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye.